it leads to another question, which is the division of responsibilities for covert action between the Defense Department and the CIA, the Title 10, Title 50 distinctions. From all of the testimony we've gathered and the evidence, this clearly was a point of disagreement and dysfunction, with fingers being pointed on each side at the other for not doing what they should be doing or not having the capabilities that they should have. There have been proposals that are very active today that really recommend that CIA not be in these operations, these paramilitary operations, that instead the Title 50 kinds of operations be given to the Special Operations Command with CIA participation, but that there be a unified command that is tasked with that kind of responsibility. What do you think of that?
I'm all, as an American, I'm all for what works. I think the record of the Central Intelligence Agency responding after 9/11, having the plan surging into Afghanistan, setting it up for the warriors to win that battle with low loss of life in a way that I think was highly efficient, as stated by the President of the United States, I think is an example of where the two can work together effectively. I personally believe they can work together far more effectively. Anything that you can do to cement this relationship so it's even closer, particularly with the U.S. Army Special Forces and the Central Intelligence Agency. I personally believe that's our future. In fact, in Afghanistan, when you see these personnel together, the civilians and the military are indistinguishable, and they all bring particular skills to the battlefield. So I think that's an area of great growth. We have a lot of commonality, and it should be encouraged.
In interviews, Counterterrorism Center personnel pointed out numerous operational challenges and constraints they faced in attempting to capture Osama bin Laden and his lieutenants. 1. Bin Laden resided in a country suspicious of foreigners and embedded in a civil war. Thus, determining his whereabouts was exceptionally difficult and dangerous, especially for Western intelligence officers. 2. Bin Laden had a number of enemies, any one of whom might attempt to kill him. As a result, when he traveled inside Afghanistan, he was always in the company of a large security detail. Some of his bodyguards were hardened killers who had fought with bin Laden during the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. 3. Moreover, bin Laden and his associates were careful not to reveal operational information. Redacted. In interviews with the Joint Inquiry, a former Counterterrorism Center chief and a former chief of the extremist group also described constraints on CIA actions. 1. The CIA could not violate the Constitution, U.S. law, or human rights, including bin Laden's, during these operations. 2. The operation could not violate the prohibition on assassinations in Executive Order 12333. 3. Redacted. 4. Redacted. 5. The CIA was not authorized to upset the political balance in Afghanistan, and the U.S. military did not support putting U.S. boots on the ground in Afghanistan. In a joint inquiry interview, a former Counterterrorism Center chief also offered his opinion that firing cruise missiles based on a single strand of human intelligence was not advisable, since the risk of missing bin Laden or inflicting excessive collateral damage outweighed the chances of success. In a statement to the Joint Inquiry, this former Counterterrorism Center chief cited the international political context of this period as presenting an operational environment with major impediments that the CIA consistently fought to overcome. 1. The U.S. government had no official presence in Afghanistan, and relations with the Taliban were seriously strained. Both of these factors made it difficult to get access to bin Laden and al-Qaeda personnel. 2. U.S. policy stopped short of replacing the Taliban regime or providing direct support to others for the specific purpose of overthrowing the Taliban. These realities limited our ability to exert pressure on bin Laden. 3. During this period, the Taliban gradually gained control over most of Afghanistan, increasingly limiting the opposition's capabilities and room to maneuver. And 4. U.S. relations with Pakistan, the principal access point to Afghanistan, were strained due to the nuclear tests of 1998 and the military coup in Islamabad in 1999. The former counterterrorism center chief explained that these challenges and operational constraints left virtually no room to craft an executable operation. In an interview with the Joint Inquiry, the CIA's deputy director of operations also noted that CIA capabilities had atrophied in the years preceding the September 11th attacks. General Hugh Shelton, former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the Joint Chiefs' current director of operations, pointed to 2 additional constraints on military operations against bin Laden. The first was the absence of actionable intelligence on bin Laden's whereabouts. The intelligence community never provided the location and time at which a missile strike could be launched. The second was the absence of a declaration of war or some similar declaration indicating that the Taliban was a formal enemy. In General Shelton's view, the absence of such a declaration precluded the United States from sending U.S. soldiers into Afghanistan to capture or kill bin Laden. He believes that solving the Afghanistan problem before September 11th required the full range of diplomatic, economic, and military tools available to the U.S. government.